Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into a topic that's super relevant for sales and revenue leaders. That's right, we're talking about sales enablement. You sent us this fantastic article that highlights 10 best practices. I'm excited to have our expert with us to help us unpack it all.
Yeah, it's a hot topic for sure, and for good reason. Sales enablement is becoming like the key system for those consistent wins in this market.
Okay, so let's break that down a bit. Why the system? What makes it so different from like traditional sales training? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Well, think of it this way. Training is just one piece of the puzzle. Sales enablement is much more holistic, a strategy, really. It's about making sure your team has all the tools, the knowledge, the coaching, even the processes to close deals like a well-oiled machine. You're building a system that's repeatable and scalable.
So it's not just about individual skills, it's about building that sales machine,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. And the article you sent really hits the nail on the head about why this is so important right now. Things are changing so fast in the sales world. Buyers are way more informed. Competition is fierce. Those old school methods just aren't cutting it anymore.
Yeah, it's adapt or die out there, right? Okay, so let's dig into these 10 best practices. Where do we even begin?
Well, the foundation really is setting SMART goals. I know we've all heard that acronym a million times. But so many companies are still setting vague goals like increase sales. Think about it. Think back to last quarter. Did you hit your targets? If not, maybe a SMART goal could have made all the difference.
Oh, that's a really good point. I know I've been guilty of that myself. Can
Can
you walk us through a SMART goal for sales?
Sure. So let's say your goal is to improve lead generation. Kind of general, right? A smart version of that goal would be something like increase qualified leads for marketing by 15% this quarter. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound.
Yeah, it goes from a wish to a plan, you
Yeah.
know? Okay, what's next?
Well, best practice number two is all about buy-in from those key stakeholders. Remember, sales enablement isn't just a sales initiative. It involves marketing, product development, even leadership.
So how do you get everyone on board? Any tips?
The key is to involve them right from the get-go. Make them a part of the process. Highlight those benefits. Emphasize that shared ownership is critical for success. Everyone has skin in the game.
Yeah, I love that. Collaboration is key. All right, what about best practice number 3? Continuous evaluation and refinement.
This is where I see a lot of companies stumble, honestly. Sales enablement isn't something you set and forget. It's about constantly analyzing that data, gathering feedback from your team, and being willing to tweak your approach as needed. It's like an ongoing experiment.
So it's about being agile and adapting to that ever-changing market. I can see how that's important for staying ahead of the curve. Okay, let's talk tech for a minute. Best practice number 4, leveraging a CRM system. I mean, that seems pretty basic, but the article goes a bit deeper. What's the main takeaway here?
It's all about using your CRM as the central hub for your entire sales enablement strategy. It's more than just managing contacts. Think about using it to gather those in-depth customer insights, to personalize your communication, automate those workflows, even improve your sales forecasting. It can do so much.
So it's about maximizing that CRM investment, right? Making it the brain of your sales operation. Okay, moving on to best practice number 5, implementing a content management platform. I can definitely see how this would be crucial for keeping all those materials organized and accessible.
Exactly. Picture this. Your sales team has all the latest presentations, case studies, product information right at their fingertips. No more wasting time searching for the right materials. It's all right there.
It's about empowering them to be more efficient, more consistent. Everyone's on the same page. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about best practice number 6, communication and collaboration tools. This feels super relevant these days with all the remote and hybrid work environments.
Absolutely. Tools like Slack or Zoom can be huge game changers. They help break down those departmental silos and keep everyone connected in real time. Sales and marketing, they need to be talking constantly, sharing insights, and working together seamlessly.
Yeah, it's about creating that free flow of information. No one's left in the dark. Okay, before we wrap up part 1 of this deep dive, let's touch on best practices 7 and 8. These are all about tracking leading and lagging indicators. Can you give us like a quick overview?
Sure. Think of leading indicators as your early warning system. Metrics like pipeline velocity, conversion rates, sales cycle length, they can all help you spot potential problems before they even impact your revenue.
Oh, so you're looking ahead and anticipating what's coming. Okay, and what about lagging indicators?
Lagging indicators tell the story of what's already happened. Your results. Revenue generated, win rates, deal sizes, even customer satisfaction. These are critical for measuring the overall effectiveness of your sales enablement efforts.
So leading indicators help you adjust course. And lagging indicators tell you if you're on the right track. That's a great way to think about it. I'm looking forward to digging into those last two best practices and really exploring how to align sales and marketing.
So we were talking about all those metrics, those leading and lagging indicators.
Right, the ones that give you a heads up on potential problems or show you the overall impact of your sales strategy.
Exactly. And best practice number 9, well, it recommends combining both types.
Combining them. Okay, what's the advantage of looking at them together?
Imagine this. You're driving a car, right?
Right.
Lagging indicators are like your speedometer. They tell you how fast you've gone. But to really navigate effectively, you need your windshield too, right? Those are your leading indicators. They help you see where you're going, make adjustments along the way.
Oh, I get it. So it's about getting that complete view of your sales performance.
Absolutely. And now, best practice number 10. This one's all about choosing the right tools and technologies. Oh, this can be such a headache. I mean, there are just so many options. How do you even know where to start?
Well, the key is to really focus on your specific needs and goals. Don't get caught up in all the hype. The article talks about how important training and adoption are. I mean, what good is a fancy new tool if your team doesn't use it?
Right. It's about empowering your team, not just adding more complexity.
Exactly. Okay, so let's shift gears for a minute and talk about a really crucial part of sales enablement that this article does a great job of addressing, aligning sales and marketing.
Ah, yes. This is where the magic happens, right? When those two teams are really in sync.
It's not just magic. It's about maximizing revenue. There's a study mentioned in the article, actually. It found that companies with really strong sales and marketing alignment actually see 24% faster revenue growth.
Wow, 24%. That's a stat I'm definitely going to be sharing with my team. So how do we actually achieve this mythical alignment? Well, the article gives us a roadmap, luckily. First up, shared goals. Instead of marketing chasing website traffic, while sales is struggling with unqualified leads, you align on a goal like generate 50 high-value leads this month.
I love that. Everyone working towards the same objective.
Exactly. Okay, so next step. Define your ideal customer. Who are you really selling to? The more detailed the picture, the better.
Oh, I remember that great example from the article. Instead of targeting like anyone who breathes, you get specific. Like Sarah, a 35-year-old project manager struggling with team collaboration.
Exactly. That level of detail helps both marketing and sales really tailor their approach.
Okay, so what's next on this alignment journey?
Communication. It seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how often this is where things break down. Encourage those regular meetings, those shared communication channels, even just informal coffee chats between sales and marketing.
It's all about breaking down those silos, fostering that culture of collaboration.
Right. The article actually gives a great example. Imagine marketing attending a sales meeting and actually asking for feedback on a new campaign, direct insights from the front lines.
Oh, that's gold. Okay, so what else is on this alignment roadmap?
Well, clearly defined roles and responsibilities. Who does what in the lead process, right? Eliminate confusion and ensure accountability.
No more finger pointing or drop balls.
Exactly. Step number 5 is a clear plan for handoffs. When does a lead move from marketing to sales? The article talks about service level agreements or SLAs.
SLAs, okay. Can you break that down for us a little?
Sure. An SLA outlines the criteria for a qualified lead and defines how quickly sales needs to follow up, so no more leads slipping through the cracks.
Oh, okay. So a smooth and efficient transition. What's next?
A shared CRM. This is huge. Everyone accessing the same customer data, tracking those interactions all in one central location. Think of it as the company's shared brain.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
No more working from different versions of reality.
Exactly. And finally, remember that alignment, it isn't a one-time thing, It needs ongoing attention, those regular check-ins and adjustments along the way.
Like any good relationship, you got to nurture it.
Well said. And the article concludes with a brief mention of, these sales enablement platforms that go beyond data management. They offer things like data-driven coaching and personalized insights.
Oh, like that meat record platform they highlighted.
That's the one, yeah. It really is an exciting time to be in sales. You've got technology and human expertise all coming together to drive performance.
Okay, wow. We covered a lot of ground today. 10 best practices for sales enablement and a whole roadmap for aligning sales and marketing. It's a lot to take in, I know. But But what are some of the key takeaways here for our listeners? Where should they focus their energy right now?
There's so much great information. It really feels like sales enablement has moved so far beyond just, sales training. It's really about creating that strategic system for success, right? Absolutely. And you know what I love about this approach? It can be tailored to any organization, no matter how big or small, no matter what industry.
Oh, that's a great point. It's not one size fits all. But if we had to narrow down, what are like the top three things our listeners should be focusing on right now? Like if they could only do three things.
Okay, so first, I'd say nail those SMART goals. It sounds simple, I know, but it's the foundation. It's everything. Then I'd say prioritize that communication and collaboration between sales and marketing. Break down those silos, seriously.
Yeah, we've all seen what happens when those teams aren't on the same page, right? It's not pretty. What about number three?
Don't underestimate the power of the right technology, but choose wisely. Focus on the tools that are really going to empower your team, not just the ones with all the bells and whistles.
Right, it's about finding solutions that fit your specific needs and workflows.
Exactly. And remember, a successful sales enablement strategy, it's an investment in your team's success, right?
And that translates into real results for the business. Increased revenue, stronger customer relationships, a more engaged and empowered sales team. I mean, it's a win-win.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
This has been a fantastic deep dive, so many valuable insights, so many actionable takeaways. But before we wrap up, I want to turn it over to our listeners for a minute. What resonated with you the most today? What's your next step going to be?
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Share those insights with us.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep crushing those sales goals.